साईत्रयाय विद्महे संजय बाबाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईत्रयाय विद्महे संजय बाबाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईत्रयाय विद्महे संजय बाबाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ सर्वविघ्न विनाशाय सर्वकल्याणहेतवे पार्वती प्रियपुत्राय श्रीगणेशाय नमो नमः। मायादेवी प्रियपुत्राय श्री संजय साई नमो नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Sai Ram everyone. Before I start introducing our Sai Mahima speaker for the day, Sri Sanjay Sai Seva Organization, Australia chapter, would like to wish everyone a very happy Deepavali. On this auspicious occasion of Deepavali, let us be more forgiving and more compassionate. Deepavali symbolizes victory of good over evil. Let us try to be the star that shines for the organization. Let's keep reminding ourselves that everything is possible by Swami's grace. Jai Sparsh Bhagwan Baba. Sai Ram everyone. Today with us, we have our respectful, prideless Sai youth student Suman Shetty for Sai Mahima. Suman has been with Swami for 5 years. He stays with Swami at Ashram, Sri Sanjay Sai Ashram, under our beloved Swami's Divine Lotus feet. With Swami's day and night guidance, Suman has turned into a very peaceful, self-controlled, silent but steady devotee. Suman, as I know him, is fully surrendered to our beloved Swami, Bhagwan Sri Sanjay Sai Baba. Suman works as an official assistant for the organization, and Suman is also an official assistant for Swami. Now, without delay, let me invite Suman for Sai Mahima. Sai Ram everyone. Charan Sparsh Bhagwan Baba. Tom Sharanam Mama.
Om Sri Sai Ram. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, Beta.
My most humble pranams at the Holy Divine Lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan Sri Sanjay Sai Baba. Loving Sai Ram to all the loving devotees. First of all, I would like to wish every loving Sai Ram a happy Deepavali 2022. May Swami always bless and grace us as always. Om Sri Sai Ram. First of all, I am happy to get this divine opportunity to speak, to share some of my experiences on the Sai Mahima. God is omnipresent omnipotent and omniscient. Every Sairam have heard this, isn't it? God is omnipotent, God is omnipresent, and God is omniscient. And also the fact is that the universe is full of God's magnificence. The universe filled with the greatness of the God's grandeur is reflected like shining from a hammered gold foil. These this God's greatness is on the spiritual level. But when you come onto the human level, and and we are very blessed that we have come to the fold, Sai fold, in this era, in this life, that is something else. Our our God, our beloved Swami, has graced us so that we are now talking, sharing our experiences, chanting the name of God while being in the Sai fold. This is also one of the greatness of our beloved Swami. Now, what I like to share is that God's grandeur or Sahi Mahima, because we all believe our beloved Swami as God. Swami is God. Yes, we haven't realized our beloved Swami on the spiritual level, but on the human level, if we talk about on the human level, whatever we see or whatever activities we perform in the ashram regularly, this is not possible by some mere human. Yes, Swami teaches us everything while being on the human level. But Swami, what we should not forget is Swami is God. He is it is because I am on the close proximity with our beloved Swami. I will be a bit frank in this case that yes, sometimes I also get confused. I mean, not confused in a sense that I forget I forget that Swami is God, because Swami acts like so much human that we will forget that Swami is God. And that is our great mistake. Because, and that is also, when we forget that Swami is God, that is also the hurdle on the path of our sadhana. Our main purpose of our life is the liberation, moksha. But what happens is, I'm talking about in my case because I live with near the Swami's proximity, and I stay in the ashram. I I am involved in every kinds of activities in the ashram. Yes, in the bhajan programs, also in the puja, everything. But what happens is, at that time, when I see Swami, then what happens is, there will be a exam for me. There will be a test for me, that how will you take Swami. He's he's also human, he's also God, but at the same time, this happens at the same time. And it is quite fascinating that to be around with the Swami sometimes cracks a joke. Swami commands me to do this, do that. I do that. And then after, sometimes we play. Then sometimes Swami talks about very serious matter. Sometimes Swami jokes also. With all these things, one thing is sure, that I am in total bliss. This bliss, I don't know about the bliss that one will get when uh, he has attained the higher level of consciousness, but as on the level of human consciousness, I am in bliss, because I am in Swami's proximity. I am embraced with by Swami's love. So that's why for the Sai Mahima to me is that whatever the things, the hurdles, or whatever kind of difficult situation that we face in our life, these all difficulties have, all the complications have been solved easily through Swami's grace only. Talking about all the teachings, due to Swami's teachings only, I was able to distinguish between good and bad. I mean, even in the career, in my career also, I thought of organization only. I was able to think that this seva activities, whatever seva activities is happening in this ashram, in this city, in this country, this is totally different from any organization that we find in the whole world. It's totally different. And if we are to practice whatever things we learn in ashram in our daily life, then only we can know, we'll be able to understand the Sai Mahima, how great our beloved Sai is. First of all, my life changed when I regularly took Sai Youth class. There, Swami, rather than the higher spiritual talks, Swami used to mostly talk about the morality and how a human have to be human. First, human have to be human, then only you have to think about the higher spiritual or higher consciousness things. Swami used to say, from Manav to Madhav. How is that possible? For that, first of all, you have to do all those things which is your responsibility, your duty as a human being. And after that, once you have accomplished that, once you have fully understood the duty of human beings, then after that you will come to the level of consciousness. And after that, stepping on that to consciousness, there is the super consciousness, and after that there is the God consciousness. But Swami also says at the same time that now in the present time, this time is the time of Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, higher level of sadhana or any kind of spiritual practice is not possible due to the not due to unfavorable environment. So what can be done to attain the moksha? Then Swami used to focus on that very term, that nama smaran and manav seva is the only and the best medium in the Kali Yuga to attain moksha. So now, looking onto the Swami doesn't just say only, Swami shows also. How can you do that then? Swami doesn't just say that this is the higher consciousness thing is this, the lower consciousness you have to attain this, there are 7 chakras, this, that. No. Swami says those things which he does. For example, in the ashram, Swami, I'll be talking about on the and Namasmaran and the Manav Seva. Namasmaran. So I think most of our every Sairam are familiar with our Sai Ashram, isn't it? Yes. I mean, every Sairam are familiar with what kind of activities happens in our organization, isn't it? Yes. There are from the Nama Smaran. When talking about the Nama Smaran, in every second or every moment of our daily time, whatever we do in our daily activities, in every moment, it can be a Namasmaran can be fulfilled. How is that? Is Swami teaches us from the level of the Bal Vikas only, that is nowadays soul blossom, from the level of the soul blossom to pre-youth, pre-youth to youth, and youth to a devotee. Actually, we haven't become a devotee. We are just followers now. Being devotee is in another level. I also myself, I say I'm just a student. I'm not a devotee. I haven't become devotee yet. The thing is, before we wake up in the morning, we just chant some mantras. It's just a basic mantra. It is Karagre Vasate Lakshmi, Karamadhe Saraswati, Karamule Sthita Gauri, Prabhatitu Karadarshanam. There we took our name of Karagre Vasate Lakshmi. Lakshmi, Karamadhe Saraswati, and then after Gauri or Govinda, anything. After that, before we keep our feet, place our feet on the ground after waking up from the bed, then there also, before touching the ground, we chant as Samudra Vasane Devi. So there also we remember the God, that we are placing, now I am placing my feet on the ground. Whatever mistake I'll be doing, because I have been doing many mistakes which I don't know. Some I know, but many of the mistakes we are unaware of our mistakes. So now we apologize for any kind of such unaware mistakes. Then we again chant that mantras, and then afterward we go to freshen up. After freshening up, what Swami says is, now after you are freshened up, now you chant Gayatri mantra at least 21 times. Okay, even if you can't do that times also, you just chant 7 times also. That is also more than enough. But you chant it loudly. And when we do that, and Gayatri mantra is just not a mantra, it's also a prarthana. That means we are praying to our supreme goddess, Gayatri. After that, if any other mantras or if any japa we are doing, you do that. Swami says it's like this. And after that, you have breakfast and you go to your work. If you are going to college, then you go to college. If you are studying in the school, then you go to school. Then it's just a normal day. Swami doesn't guide us a very difficult kind of sadhana or different kind of practice. Swami just says, do it easily. Yes, the concentration should be very bold when you do anything. If you are studying, Swami says, you study hard, you focus on that. If you are working in the office, then you concentrate on that. That is just sadhana. Swami says so. Swami doesn't say while working also you do this, you do that. No. If you remember the God, even while you are working, if you remember the God also, that is something else, because it is very difficult for you to remember me while you are walking. If you can remember me, if you can chant God's name, then that is something else. Because nowadays what happens is our lifestyle is totally different from the Sanatan lifestyle, because we have our mobile phone with us, every kinds of gadgets are there, and those things are the distraction for our healthy life. So before, once we what is there, what is the updates, what is the news, this and that. So what happens is, first in the morning we should concentrate, we should meditate on the God's name. Meditate on the God's name, nothing more than that. Just 5 minutes if we do breathing exercise, and then after chant Gayatri mantras. But we should not use mobile phones at that time. At least if we are able to do that, then we can see the changes in our the mental state. Then after that we work. While working also, Om Shri Sairam, Sairam, Sairam. If we are in the ashram, then yes, automatically everyone is chanting the God's name only. If we see anyone, then Sairam. If we have to request any work, then Sairam, can you please do this? Sairam, can you please do that? Then we are chanting this Sairam. Sairam means what? So that it is just for our habit, so that we will have our habit to uh, take the God's name. And what happens is, because I stay in the ashram only, and before I call anyone or before I talk to anyone, I'll say Sairam first. Sairam, where are you? Can you do this? I want this. I'll go like this. And what happens is, when I go, when I talk to someone, other persons who are not familiar with Sai family also, what happens is, Sairam, how are you? It happens also automatically. And so many of them people ask, what is this Sairam boy? What are you saying? They say like that. That means, this Sairam, 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 Sairam. It doesn't mean that we should say it loudly. You can just say it by heart also. So Om Sairam, Sairam, Sairam. Just if you are doing 1 minute of work, 10 minutes of work, then if you can at least remember uh, God's name, Sairam, after the in the interval of 10 minutes, then that means 10, 10, 10. If you count that 10 minutes also, how many minutes will be there in a day? In 24 hours, there will be 60 minutes. In each 60 minutes, if you take just one in 10 minutes, if you just take one name one time, then there will be 60 means 1 hour. In 1 hour we'll take 6 time, and it will, if we multiply it by 24 hours, then it will be something else. So after that, taking the name is difficult. Once you try to do it yourself, then you'll find that side it's a bit difficult to remember God. So that's why, for our own convenience, Avatar has descended on this earth as Sri Sanjay Sai. And what happens is, when if there is anything, any form is there, then it will be very easy for us to concentrate on that, so that we keep our Sai photos, our beloved Swami's photos in our mobile phone. Isn't it? Even if we keep Swami's wallpaper in our mobile phone also, that will also affect a lot. That also has effect, that is also very effective. And even if we say Sairam, not to only just the Sai family, but also to our own family also. if we say, if we at least in the time of arati also, if every family members is there joining hands, doing a short arati, performing, putting vibhuti, and then after doing our own works, that will be also very effective in our daily life. And after that, and another thing is our the Nam Smaran, it can be done in any time. And another thing is the seva activities. So we are many, our every loving Sairam are from different scale, are from different types of family background. Even myself, I am from the middle family class. So everybody have knows the difficulty of sustaining our life, isn't it? So when we think of those peoples who are not able to have two meals per day, we can't imagine that, because we are busy in our own daily activities, on our own life. So Swami focuses on the service activities, because what can we do as a human? As a human, in the Sanatan Dharma, it is said that it is the human's dharma to help another human. So how can we do that? Is it possible for us ourselves alone to do seva activities for hundreds and thousands of people? No, it is not possible. So now, how is it possible? If there's a organization, then from there we can serve to thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And this, our organization has been serving since 18 years, 18 to 19 years as an organization. So what happens is, when every Sairam do any kind of seva activities, then if do any kind of seva activities, then they, those Sairam will not be just serving to one or two people. They will be serving to thousands and thousands of people. Why is that? Because if we are, so for example, uh, if we are serving of 1,000 blankets to 1,000 people, then the amount is very high for the 1,000 blankets, and only one person can't do that. But when thousands of people just they donate 100 rupees, then 100 into 1,000 will be 1 lakh. So what happens is, it will not be like, it will not be counted as, or I only gave 100 rupees for the blanket. No, it will be counted as I sought for the 1,000 peoples with 1,000 blankets, because it will be mixed in one pot, because it's like a havan. What happens is, when it is said that scientifically, it is said that when a 10 gram of ghee, pure ghee, is offered in the oven, then about 10 kilograms of oxidant is formed in the atmosphere. So there in the oven, there we pour many kinds of medicinal plants and many things in that oven. But what we did was, it was just a small amount. But after that, the whatever the process was done after in the oven, once it is completed, then the whole environment is benefited with huge amounts. So that's why we are able to take God's name, and we are also we are also performing seva activities through this organization is we have been able to do all these kinds of activities only and only because of our beloved Swami's grace. Let's not talk about the higher spiritual power of our God, but on the human level, because of this organization, we are able to, we knew that, yeah, we should do sadhana in our life. Whatever things we got to know is all from this ashram only. So for me to be able to do all these kinds of things, to be part of this mission is is something greater, which if I was alone, then I could not, it was not possible for me to do that. So this became all possible due to Swami's grace and Swami's grace and Swami's grace and Swami's grace only. So what I want to say at the last is, Sairam, whatever we have been learning from our organization, if we are to practice that regularly in our daily life, then yes, we will understand Sahi Mahima in our own life, because it differs from every person. Swami's grace is completely different from completely different from every person. So that's why Namasmaran and Seva activities, however is possible, we should be able to do that regularly. Om Sri Sai Ram. Thank you. And Sairam, I'm I apologize while delivering my experiences also, and also I have to attend a meeting after this. That's why I will a bit leave earlier from this Zoom satsang. Thank you, Sairam.
Sairam Suman. You couldn't be more true, Suman. Yes, we sometimes do forget that Swami is God. We fret, we dread, but what we forget is we have nothing in our hands. Swami, we have your grace. We will try our best to follow your guidance. We will surrender our life at your divine feet, Swami. Now, as we know, Suman has got innumerable experiences with Bhagwan. Thank you, Suman, for making Sai Mahima so special. Hearing once or twice does not give justice to the experience you have. We will have to bring you back again, Suman, again and again. Until then, may Swami bless you. May you shine and flourish under Swami's guidance. Sai Ram, Suman.
Sairam.
सुरमुनि वंदित विनायक आनंददायक विनायक सुरमुनि वंदित विनायक आनंददायक विनायक ये शिवनंदन शुभानना ये शिवनंदन शुभानना साई गणेश विनायक साई गणेश साई गणेश विनायक साई गणेश साई गणेश साई गणेश विनायक साई गणेश विनायक सुरमुनि वंदित विनायक आनंददायक विनायक ये शिवनंदन शुभानना साई गणेश नायक साई गणेश साई गणेश साई गणेश विनायक साई गणेश साई गणेश साई गणेश विनायक साई गणेश विनायक सुरमुनि वंदित विनायक आनंददायक विनायक
प्रेम साई भक्ति साई प्रेम साई भक्ति साई पावन साई परम गुरु साई पावन साई परम गुरु साई प्रेम साई भक्ति साई मंगलकर करुणा साई मंगलकर करुणा साई करुणा साई करुणा साई मंगलकर करुणा साई मधुर मधुर हृदय निवासी मधुर मधुर हृदय निवासी मुरली गान विलोल साई मुरली गान विलोल साई प्रेम साई भक्ति साई पावन साई परम गुरु साई प्रेम साई भक्ति साई मंगलकर करुणा साई करुणा साई करुणा साई मंगलकर करुणा साई मधुर मधुर हृदय निवासी मुरली गान विलोल साई मुरली गान विलोल साई प्रेम साई भक्ति साई
जय जय भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ साई भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ साई भवानी माँ जय जय भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ शिरडी भवानी माँ परती भवानी माँ शिरडी भवानी माँ परती भवानी माँ आत्मा निवासी माँ साई भवानी माँ आत्मा निवासी माँ साई भवानी माँ जय जय भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ साई भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ साई भवानी माँ जय जय भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ शिरडी भवानी माँ परती भवानी माँ आत्मा निवासी माँ साई भवानी माँ आत्मा निवासी माँ साई भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ अम्बे जय जय भवानी माँ अम्बे भवानी माँ तुम शरणं मम।
भस्मभूषितांगसायि चंद्रशेखरा भस्मभूषितांगसायि चंद्रशेखरा पालनेत्रशूलधारि सायि शंकरा पालनेत्रशूलधारि सायि शंकरा भस्मभूषितांगसायि चंद्रशेखरा कामगान प्रियकरा साई सुंदरा कामगान प्रियकरा साई सुंदरा हर 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 शिव शंभो नटन शेखरा हर 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 शिव शंभो नटन शेखरा भक्तिवास साई देव साई शंकरा भक्तिवास साई देव साई शंकरा साई शंकरा साई शंकरा साई शंकरा सत्य साई शंकरा भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा पालनेत्रशूलधारि साई शंकरा भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा कामगान प्रियकरा साई सुंदरा हर 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 शिव शंभो नटन शेखरा भक्तिवास साई देव साई शंकरा साई शंकरा साई शंकरा साई शंकरा सत्य साई शंकरा भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा
साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा पार्थिपुरीश्वर हे साई बाबा महेश्वर हे पार्थिपुरीश्वर हे साई बाबा महेश्वर हे साई महादेवा निरुपम गुण सजना साई नीरज दल नयना निरुपम गुण सदना साई नीरज दल नयना विभूति सुंदर हे साई बाबा महेश्वर हे विभूति सुंदर हे साई बाबा महेश्वर हे साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा पार्थिपुरीश्वर हे साई बाबा महेश्वर हे साई महादेवा निरुपम गुण सदना साई नीरज दल नयना निरुपम गुण सदना साई नीरज दल नयना विभूति सुंदर हे साई बाबा महेश्वर हे विभूति सुंदर हे साई बाबा महेश्वर हे साई महादेवा
गोविंदा माधवा गोपाला केशवा गोविंद माधव गोपाल केशवा जय नंद मुकुंद नंद गोविंद राधे गोपाल जय नंद मुकुंद राधे गोविंद राधे गोपाल गोविंद माधवा गिरिधारी गिरिधारी जय राधे गोपाल गिरिधारी गिरिधारी जय राधे गोपाल गण श्याम 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 जय जय राधे गोपाल गण श्याम 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 जय जय राधे गोपाल जय नंद मुकुंद नंद गोविंद राधे गोपाल जय नंद मुकुंद नंद गोविंद राधे गोपाल गोविंद माधव गोपाल केशवा जय नंद मुकुंद नंद गोविंद राधे गोपाल गोविंद माधव गोपाल केशवा गिरिधारी गिरिधारी जय राधे गोपाल गण श्याम 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 जय जय राधे गोपाल जय नंद मुकुंद नंद गोविंद राधे गोपाल जय मुकुंद नंद गोविंद राधे गोपाल गोविंद माधव गोपाल केशव
आंजनेय वीरा हनुमंत सूरा आंजनेय वीरा हनुमंत सूरा वायुकुमारा वानर वीरा आंजनेय वीरा हनुमंत सूरा वायुकुमारा वानर वीरा श्री राम जय राम सीताराम जय राधे श्याम श्री राम जय राम सीताराम जय राधे श्याम श्री राम जय राम सीताराम जय राधे श्याम सीताराम जय राधे श्याम श्री राम जय राम सीताराम जय राधे श्याम श्री राम जय राम सीताराम जय राधे श्याम आंजनेय वीरा हनुमंत सूरा वायुकुमारा वानर वीरा आंजनेय वीरा हनुमंत सूरा वायुकुमारा वानर वीरा श्री राम जय राम सीताराम जय राधे श्याम श्री राम जय राम सीताराम जय राधे श्याम श्री राम जय राम सीताराम जय राधे श्याम सीताराम जय राधे श्याम श्री राम जय राम सीताराम जय राधे श्याम श्री राम जय राम सीताराम जय राधे श्याम आंजनेय वीरा हनुमंत सूरा
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
जय संजय बाबा ओम जय संजय बाबा सत्य सनातन निर्मल सत्य सनातन निर्मल हे जग के दाता ओम जय संजय बाबा सुमधुर सुंदर वैभव कमलदले क्षण हे स्वामी कमलदले क्षण हे काषायाम्बर धारण काषायाम्बर धारण पंकज चरण नमो ओम जय संजय बाबा परंधाम परमेश्वर परमानंद नमो स्वामी परमानंद नमो परम पूज्य साईश्वर परम पूज्य साईश्वर आत्मानंद नमो ओम जय संजय बाबा लक्ष्मी नारायण मूर्ति शुभदायक भगवान स्वामी शुभदायक भगवान सकल जगत के रक्षक सकल जगत के रक्षक मंगलकर प्रभु हे ओम जय संजय बाबा ओम जय संजय बाबा ओम जय संजय बाबा सत्य सनातन निर्मल सत्य सनातन निर्मल हे जग के दाता ओम जय संजय बाबा ओम जय संजय बाबा ओम जय संजय बाबा
समस्त जीवा सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त जीवा सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त जीवा सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर रक्ष रक्ष जगदीश्वर रक्ष रक्ष महेश्वर ओम शांति 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 ही। जय बोलो भगवान श्री संजय साई बाबा जी की जय। जय बोलो भगवान श्री संजय साई बाबा जी की जय। जय बोलो भगवान श्री संजय साई बाबा जी की जय। चरण स्पर्श भगवान बाबा तुम शरणम मम।
जय साई राम साई राम साई राम।
जय साई राम। Koti Pranam Swami, Tvam Saranam Muma.
Sairam everyone.
Pranam, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, Sai Ram.
Everyone. Happy Diwali to everyone.
Yeah,
Sai Ram.
same to you all. Happy Diwali. Sai Ram. Sai Ram.
Happy Diwali to one and all, everybody. Sign
Thank
off.
you.
Thank
Same to
you.
you.
Same to you.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.